Hello friends and my dear students, welcome back to my channel Phoenix Physics. Today we are going to learn electric dipole and its properties. What is an electric dipole or define an electric dipole? This dipole term is not new to you. Let us explain the definition. An electric dipole is defined as two equal and opposite charges separated by a very small distance. Equal and opposite charges means magnitude wise equal. See, plus q or minus q combination or plus 2q or minus 2q combination, like that. Small distance means in the order of 10 to the power of minus 6 or 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Very small distance, infinitesimally small distance. That is the meaning. Here I have two charges. This is plus q and this is minus q. Both the charges separated by a distance 2a. Here instead of r we have written 2a. This is my origin. From this origin to this plus q charge, the distance is a. From this origin to this minus q charge, the distance is a. So totally a plus a, 2a distance. I want to find out electric dipole moment. Usually an electric dipole moment is denoted by the letter P. It is a vector quantity, so you know that it has magnitude as well as direction. So this P can be written as, what is this P? This is nothing but electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is denoted by the letter P, which is equal to Q into R plus, this Q is for plus Q charge. What is this R plus? This is nothing but position vector. Position vector from origin to plus Q charge. From origin to plus Q charge denoted by the letter R. This position vector is for this plus Q charge. So you simply write it as R vector plus. Why did I use R vector? You have already learnt this concept, position vector, in your 11th standard itself. Consider xy plane. This is nothing but two-dimensional plane. Suppose I want to find out the point P in a two-dimensional plane, means how do you represent the position vector? Actually, what is position vector? If you want to find out the position of the object in a given plane, whether it is two-dimensional or three-dimensional plane, at any instant of time is known as position vector. Here I have xy plane. So how do you mark the position vector? Position vector is denoted by the letter R. Here this is my origin. Usually position vector starts from the origin. So this is my origin. So you should mark like this. So this is nothing but our position vector. Here I have 2D plane, no? So you can write the position of the particle P is xi vector plus yj vector. You know that this I and j are unit vector, acts along x-axis and y-axis. So if it is three-dimensional plane, means R can be written as xi vector plus yj vector plus zk vector. If it is one-dimensional line, means one-dimensional means nothing but a straight line. So R can be written as xi vector alone. So this is for 2D. This is for 3D and this is for 1D. Here, for our convenience, we have placed plus q and minus q charges on the x-axis. So this is similar to our one-dimensional line, straight line. One-dimensional means nothing but a straight line. So should mark the position vector R is equal to xi vector alone. You need not worry about this 2D and 3D plane. So we need xi vector. Here I have minus q charge. So write minus q into, here from this origin to minus q the position vector direction is like this. It can be written as R vector minus. This minus indicates for minus charge. This plus indicates plus Q charge. Q R plus minus Q R minus. So what is this R minus? R plus is nothing but position vector from origin to Q plus. Here R minus is nothing but position vector from origin to Q minus, that is minus Q charge. We have placed the two charges on the x-axis. So you need only xi vector alone, because R can be written as xi vector. What is this x? X is nothing but a distance from the origin. The distance from origin to plus Q is A. Instead of R plus, you can write Q into A. Here this charge is on the x-axis. Here the unit vector is I. So you can write like this: AI vector minus Q into, instead of R minus you write AI, but this minus Q is on the negative x direction, so you put minus I vector here. So QA I vector minus into minus plus QA I vector. Add these two, you can get 2QA I vector. This is my P. What is this P? P is nothing but an electric dipole moment. The direction of P is pointing from minus Q to plus Q. Here which one is minus Q? This is minus Q, this is plus Q. So the P direction is like this: minus Q to plus Q. This is dipole moment direction. If it is electric field lines, means how do you draw the electric field lines? Suppose this is my minus Q charge and this is my plus Q charge. You know that electric field lines start from positive charge to negative charge, like this or like this. So this is the direction. This is for electric field line. Here you have draw the line like this. If it is plus Q means lines start from the positive charge, ends at infinity. If it is minus Q charge means field lines start at infinity and ends at negative charge. I hope you know that. So this is the direction for electric field line. If it is dipole moment means the direction is like this. This is minus Q and this is plus Q. The direction is like this: minus Q to plus Q. This is dipole moment direction. This is electric field lines direction. Now we derived the formula and we concluded the direction. SI unit is, for charge unit is coulomb, for A is nothing but distance, so unit is meter, so coulomb meter. This is the unit. This is not centimeter, this is coulomb meter. Coulomb meter. This is for dipole moment. Then how do you find out the magnitude of the dipole moment? If it is magnitude of the dipole moment means you can mark like this: modulus of P is equal to 2QA. This is vector. Here I am taking modulus. Modulus means magnitude alone. Then how do you define the magnitude of electric dipole moment? The magnitude of an electric dipole moment is equal to the product of magnitude of any one of the charges. Here I have two charges, minus Q and plus Q. We are taking the magnitude of any one of the charges, so Q. So magnitude of one of the charges and the separation between them. Separation is A. So modulus of P can be written as 2QA. This is for P vector formula. This is modulus of P formula. So far we discussed about what is dipole, what is an electric dipole moment, how do you mark the direction, then unit for electric dipole moment. Next we will see some of the properties. Here I have placed the two charges on the x-axis. You know that there are three axes. One is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. We can place this charge in any one of the direction, either in the direction of x-axis or in the direction of y-axis or in the direction of z-axis. In your book, for our convenience, they have placed both the charges on the x-axis. So from this we have calculated P formula, that is 2qai, calculated the magnitude of an electric dipole moment, that is 2qa. This is first property. Second property, we have calculated this dipole moment for two different charges, but we can calculate this dipole moment for single charges, that is plus q charge or minus q charge alone. Then the charges are plus q, then both the charges are minus q. This plus q and minus q we have already calculated. Suppose we have collection of charges, means we can also calculate the dipole moment. Say q1, q2 up to qn. Then how do you write the dipole moment formula? That is P is equal to, P is a vector quantity, right? So P is equal to summation over I is equal to 1 to n qi ri. This is the general formula. Suppose if you have collection of charges, means we can use this formula. If you substitute 1, means you can get the first term, that is q1 r1. If it is 2, means second term, like this. Then what is this ri? Ri is nothing but position vector. You know that position vector starts from origin. So position vector from origin to qi charge. This is for collection of charges. So these two are important properties of dipole moment. Now I have a question. Why do we study electric dipole and electric dipole moment? If you want to study the molecular structure, we need these two terms, dipole and dipole moment. For example, in dielectrics. What is dielectrics? Dielectrics means it does not conduct electricity. If it conducts electricity, means we call it as conductor. It does not conduct electricity, means it is nothing but dielectrics, or we can say insulator. This term you know, right? So dielectrics or insulator, both are same. Example for this dielectric substances, mica or rubber, etc. So this dielectric substance is made up of either polar molecule or non-polar molecule. Have you heard about this term? Polar molecule and non-polar molecule? Don't worry, in your lesson page number 53 they have given elaborately about dielectrics. If it is polar molecule, means center of the positive charge do not coincide with the center of the negative charge. What is the meaning? First let us see some of the example of polar molecule. Polar molecule example is water, H2O or HCl, CH3CO and ammonia. These are all the example for polar molecule. I have taken only water molecule. You know that water molecule has one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atom. Actually the shape is like this, bending structure. So in your book diagram is given. This is for oxygen and this is for hydrogen. Okay, same diagram only, for your understanding I have drawn like this. So here the center of mass or center of gravity of oxygen atom is like this. Here I have two positive atoms. One is hydrogen atom, this is also hydrogen, this is also positive. Okay, so both the hydrogen atoms are positive. this atom has one center of mass and this atom has one center of mass. Add these two mass value, center of mass value, and take an average. So the average center of mass of two positive atoms lies at the center. So now you connect these two. It is similar to diagram, that is minus Q and this is plus Q. See, this is for oxygen atom, this is for hydrogen atom. That is center of mass, average center of mass of two hydrogen atom is like this. So this is nothing but a dipole, right? I have plus Q charge, here I have minus Q charge, both the charges are separated by a distance. So it constitutes one dipole. So what is my conclusion? Polar molecule has permanent dipole moment. If it has dipole means we can easily calculate dipole moment also. You know the formula, P is equal to modulus of P is equal to 2QA. This is our dipole moment formula. So naturally polar molecule has permanent dipole moment because they have separation like this. So polar molecule has permanent dipole moment. That is why we have studied dipole moment now. So in order to explain the characteristic of polar molecules, we need the term dipole and dipole moment. That is why we are studying these two terms now. What about non-polar molecule? Here the center of positive charge coincides with the center of the negative charge like this. Here this is center of the negative charge means this one is center. Positive charge also lies here. So center of the positive charge and the center of the negative charge coincide at the same place. That is why we call it as non-polar molecule. Example for this non-polar molecule is O2, H2, then CO2. These are all the example for non-polar molecule. Then this type of non-polar molecule has induced dipole moment. What is the meaning? Here both the charges are in the same place, right? So no separation between plus Q and minus Q. So it does not have permanent dipole or permanent dipole moment. Then if you want to induce dipole moment, we have to place this non-polar molecule into external electric field. Suppose if you place, why did I mention external electric field? You know that each charges possess one electric field. So apart from this, if you keep this non-polar molecule in an external electric field, this plus turns into the direction of electric field. Here this is the direction of electric field. So this plus direction turns to the side of electric field and minus turns to this direction. So separation between them formed. So that is why we said induced dipole moment is possible in non-polar molecule. Both the centers of positive and negative charge coincide at the same place. So there is no possibility for forming dipole or dipole moment. For that, we place that kind of non-polar molecule into external electric field. So it will arrange the electric field and form dipole and dipole moment. That is why we said induced dipole moment is possible in non-polar molecule. If you want to study about the molecular structure, polarization or non-polar molecule, polar molecule, we need the term dipole and dipole moment. These two terms, dipole and dipole moment, are the characteristics of polar and non-polar molecule. That is why we are studying this term. One more information here. This is my oxygen atom, right? This is my hydrogen atom. Here this is minus Q and this is plus Q. So it forms one dipole. You know that the dipole, say this dipole moment is P1. It is a vector quantity. What about the direction? The direction is from minus Q to plus Q. You know that. Here also I have one dipole. This is minus Q and this is plus Q. it forms dipole. There are two dipoles. So here the dipole moment is P2. The direction is minus Q2 plus Q, like this. This is resultant dipole moment P. This is resultant dipole moment P. The direction is from minus Q2 plus Q, because this is the center of the negative charge. This is the center of the positive charge. The bond length between O and H is 0.958 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meter, and the dipole moment, the resultant dipole moment is equal to 6.1 into 10 to the power of minus 30 centimeter. In your book, the diagram is given like this. This is oxygen atom and this is for hydrogen atom and this is for hydrogen atom. The diagram is like this. This is P diagram, that is resultant one. This is P2, this is P1. This center is nothing but center of the negative charge. Here they have mentioned this is center of the positive charge. How do you get this center? By taking average. This atom has one center of mass and this atom has one center of mass. Add these two values and find out the average. The average center of mass lies at the center. So that is why in your book they have mentioned this point as center of positive charge. Same diagram only I have drawn like this. So this is my center of negative charge. This is my center of positive charge. In this class we have studied about what is dipole, then what is dipole moment and its properties. Then we studied about the direction of dipole moment, that is pointing from minus Q2 plus Q. Then we studied the unit of dipole moment, that is Coulomb meter. We discussed about the importance of dipole and dipole moment. Why do we study dipole and dipole moment? If you want to find out the molecular structure means we need these two terms, dipole and dipole moment. Polar molecule means center of the negative charge do not coincide with the center of the positive charge. Example is H2O, then HCl, CH3COH and ammonia. But if it is non-polar molecule means the center of positive charge coincide with the center of the negative charge. Example for this is O2, N2, H2, then CO2. These are all the example for non-polar molecule. Then polar molecule has permanent dipole moment, but non-polar molecule has induced dipole moment. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my video. Thank you.